Hello.
Hello everyone, how are you? Hi Ivo, welcome
Hey.
to this webinar with our community. Let me say hi to the audience. Once again we are here with some Brickken information. Today we will talk about partnerships and not as usual about clients and tokenization. And yeah, today we have the honor to have here Ivo Grigorov, the CEO of Credefi, that is a new partner of Brickken. So happy to have you here, Ivo.
Hey, pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invite. And yeah, hey everyone. As basically, it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to actually speak a bit more about tokenization, about our future plans, and also our current plans as well. Uh, so yeah, a pleasure to be here.
Yes, yeah. Today we will just bring up here the conversation about why Brickken is partnering up with Credify. But yeah, let me introduce why we get here, and then we can go a little bit farther. This webinar will take a length of around 30 minutes. Okay, so stay connected and listen to it. So basically, as we know, Bricken is giving a technological solution for tokenization. This is easy to solve. Actually, tech it's always went way forward, and the bureaucracy was following, right? So we had the years where there was the tax solution, and then there was the legal problem. Now also the legal framework is becoming, friendly for tokenization all around Europe and also in other countries. So this is pretty helpful. Also, it's good that people like Credefi from BlackRock are leading the way on RWA and pushing this narrative forward. So we all thanks them as well. And we are seeing actually an increasement in the demand in the market. No? And now that we have the technological part solved and the liquidity part solved, there is another step that we are seeing where our clients are a little bit struggling, but all the ecosystem, right? That is the liquidity. And that's why today we are here with Evo because actually they try to solve also this problem. And that's why we are trying to partner up. So Evo, give us a little bit an introduction about you so everybody can understand where you are coming from, why you are bringing this solution, and please tell us more about the Credify solution, so everybody can have a great understanding.
Well, yeah, basically, I have been part of the financial, let's say, sector for my whole, career spent up until now. I started within the traditional financial sphere. Worked for the central bank here in the region, but also I have worked for the European Central Bank. Then I moved to private banks. At the end, I was in a fund of funds, which was in charge for wholesale development of different financial vehicles and instruments such as guarantee schemes, letter of credit, and different kind of lending opportunities and debt instruments. While being in this sphere for more than 10 years, I have noticed, that there's a lot of, let's say, bureaucracy. There is a lot of, inefficiencies within the system, and a lot of businesses, especially SMEs, which actually comprise around 90% of the economy worldwide, they are kind of underfinanced, neglected, and it takes them quite a lot of time to actually, build up credit ratings, build up reputation, let's say, and have available financing upon a request, let's say. So me and the other co-founder, we saw this. In the meantime, back in 2018, in the meantime, we saw, DeFi being out there, kind of like a closed, let's say, community and circle. And we thought, okay, there must be a better way. There's SMEs within the real world economy, which are in need of financing, which have already an operational business. They have cash flows, basically everything which is needed. However, they are struggling to secure financing. In the meantime, within DeFi, we saw that APYs are quite fickle. They're not sustainable. They are constantly changing, and a lot of protocols basically it cannot be called passive income, let's say, because what I mean is that for example, when you lend out money, or when you lend out towards small and medium enterprises within the real world economy, you have this security, let's say. The company is existing, it's working. You have also different type of collaterals, especially such as land, buildings. There is this sense of security, but there is also this sense of predictability and sustainability, because the interest rates are fixed. They're upon repayment schedule. You can expect what at the end of the year what you're going to be receiving, and so on and so forth. So without getting into too much detail, this is how the idea of Credefi was born, and the whole idea was to bridge this excess, let's say, liquidity, which is unutilized within the DeFi space, towards SMEs from the real world and real world assets overall. As you said, the technology has evolved quite a lot, and then the legal framework is catching up with it. What we have seen is that over the past 2 years, actually three, ever since also Credefi was born, we have seen that okay, there has been demand for let's say lending and borrowing. There has been demand towards real world assets, but there hasn't been a structured way where you actually have the real world asset used and leveraged upon. So this is also why we are very happy that we're actually starting this engagement and partnership with you guys. Is that giving the possibility of a company to actually come with, let's say, land or a building. They need financing to, let's say, finish the construction site. Okay, they can pledge the land, they can pledge the building, and that's what we have been doing with at Credefi. Um, However, it's very difficult to be represented on chain, but through tokenization with a reliable partner, it can be represented on chain. It can be actually, used as collateral, like this tokenization, and these tokens can be used as collateral. And then the liquidity providers have this security. Okay, the let's say the borrower has been vetted by Credefi with the help of Experian, who is one of the top three scoring agencies worldwide. So we score them, we see what is the probability of default on the loan, we analyze what would be the fair, let's say, risk premium and interest rate for such kind of a loan, and then we offer it to our liquidity providers and to our users. And being able to go this one step further, like, okay, you have provided the liquidity, but you have a, let's say, a collateral which is also on chain, although it's real world as it is a real world asset, would bring the game to a next level, let's say. So we're, as I said, we're very happy that we found common grounds here and synergies between each other. We met, I think, around 6, 7 months ago. Well, around 6 months ago. So it's been in the works, and yeah, I'm sure that every listener and also all of our community members will be very interested and pleased to know what we have been working on.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was long, and finally, yeah, last week, no, we announced this partnership between us. No, really, I mean, from my side also, what we see with you guys is that I mean, later on we will talk about the benefits, but as you said, I mean, what I liked is that we are making the something that was already existing, just way more efficient, no? And we are two different part of this ecosystem that perfectly match, because we have the assets, we have an high demand, and we can digitize really easily, really efficiently, and really quickly. And on your side, you have appetite for certain kind of vehicles, and that's why for SMEs can be a great solution. This one. Yeah, for example, we saw that, and SMEs sometimes they need like access, quick access to money, even to fundraise more. So Credify can be definitely a great solution in the middle to help them to fundraise or to fill the gap that was missing for those kind of deployment that they have to do.
Definitely, we have also noticed the potential of it, because the thing is like this whole, let's say, you know, a lot of people are speaking about tokenization, but it's very difficult to vet them. So you do need to know where it comes from, who has done it, whether the legal aspect is there. So with you guys, as I said, like this is one of the most important things for us at Credify as well. That's why we try to be fully regulated and compliant with the current regulations. So, when you're in finance, when you are technically in any kind of like, within the financial sphere, trust and security are the main, like, probably the two most, uh, let's say, important
Yeah,
aspects of
exactly.
business. So, you cannot accept anything as a clean slate. Let's say we cannot accept uh, any kind of tokenization or tokenized assets on our platform as a collateral, because we don't know where they're coming from. We don't know whether what the legal aspect has been cleaned out. So, as I said, we wanted for quite some time to have like this on-chain representation of our collaterals, and I think with you guys we can achieve it. It's kind of like the perfect match, but also it's interoperable. Quite a few people buy, let's say, tokenized assets, but then what do they do with them? Like, okay, now if you can leverage on them, if you can, keep the asset, but still, leverage on it and have like access to liquidity from it, that's a whole different story.
Absolutely. No, no, and basically this is another use case of tokenization. I mean, the principal way is taking out liquidity from a liquid asset, no? How? I mean, digitizing, collateralizing on protocol like yours, and that's it. Let's talk a little bit more about the technical aspect of this. I mean, so Brickken, as you already know, guys, we have this protocol that is allow us to digitize shares or bonds as well. But let's talk about shares today with Ivo, and easily, no? So in this case, the shares we will collateralize it. I mean, on Credify. Okay, so we will lock them. Actually, they will lock those shares once, as Ivo told before. Once the scoring of the company is positive, so of course there is an additional filter. We already filter, they refilter with the scoring company, and then afterwards they will lock up these shares in their smart contract in order to issue at that contract a loan on their platform to their community.
Exactly, yeah. So you basically described it perfectly well. And just one addition to it. I
Yeah,
mean, of course, shares and bonds are one of the first things which we're planning to do, but also I'm quite positive we'll find other assets which are tokenized or will be tokenized through you guys, which can be used as well. And that's even, let's say, it brings a wider scope of where people can actually put their liquidity into. So, if you do not want to, let's say, have shares as a collateral, you can choose another project which has, let's say, a building somewhere in Spain or in Germany.
exactly.
And yeah, so there's gonna be, you know, basically. you will know exactly where your liquidity will be going to and what is securing it. So this is something which is very, very major.
Yeah, no, no, interesting. For example, last year we had the opportunity to engage with the owners of one of the biggest specimen is defined that was a ruby, a 6 kilos ruby, and that was stored in Switzerland, and there the idea there was a plan to get extracting liquidity. I mean, with the real world asset in order to finance, of course, deploy more capital for other investment, etc. And yeah, these are the kind of assets that when they are already locked, because I don't see for a little asset. Let's say that you have a diamond on a ring or something like that. I mean, you can still trick a little bit the system, but when it's already locked in somewhere else place, I mean, that's definitely something that becomes
No, but
interesting.
yeah, like the beautiful thing about, tokenization as a whole is that you have something which represents, and you have something of value which, uh, is represented by the token. But then, like this whole problem of, transferring it or, custody of it, like this literally evaporates. You can basically hold a token, which is representing, let's say, as you said, a ruby or a diamond. You can be in, I don't know, like in Germany and hold something of value which is in, let's say, uh, I don't know, as in Shanghai. So,
Absolutely.
you know, like this completely overcomes, like, regional boundaries. It overcomes problems of transportation, security matters, like custodial matters. All of this is, I think people still even do not grasp like the the magnitude of it. But as you said, like, I mean, Credefi has been speaking about real world assets even before this term became popular, back in 2020. Um, but now at least, like, so many big companies are actually entering into the space, like as you said, BlackRock and others. It kind of brings validity to what our thesis have been from the start. And now is the next step forward. Now is why it's important, especially why I'm happy about this partnership with you guys, is that okay, we have seen that RWAs are there. We have seen tokenization is, a really, really important aspect, and the future of, financial assets trading and everything else is also on chain. We have seen that. Even BlackRock has stated it. So, there is the, like, we have we have achieved this proof of, let's say, stamp of approval, but now it's okay. What do we do from here on? And the logical step is to actually have this exactly, as I said, interoperability. Different projects and companies to be able to interlock with each other, work with each other, but also, rely just as within the traditional financial sphere, but also here on chain as well. Like, have somebody who can validate, tokenize, and then have somebody who can use these tokens and actually provide value to, leverage on them and etc. So, very exciting times are coming. I'm sure that others will follow as well. But yeah, I'm sure that we're gonna be quite successful together in that matter.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have no doubts about it. And I'm also an active believer of cooperation because, I mean, the ecosystem is just growing. It's a really a new market that we are shaping every day. So we know the potential. We don't know exactly how it will be, but we are working every day for it. So to ask you a little bit more about Credify and give to the audience more idea about it. How long have you been around Ivo? How many are you in the team? Who is a part of the team? And since when you are live, users? I mean, just to give some uh,
Okay, yeah. So
nice
Credefi
idea.
has been, it started as an idea back in 2018, end of 2018, 2019. Me and the other co-founder, Valentin, we were still working at this fund of funds, which I told you about in the beginning. That's where we met. We started there. We shaped it as an idea. We started late, well, somewhere in the middle of 2020. Uh, by 2021, we were already, doing our fundraise. We got listed on KuCoin straight after the fundraise. We have our own utility token called Credi. Um, then we released our first product 5 or 6 months after our listing. So technically speaking, it's been 2 years that we're fully operational. Well, not fully operational, that we have an operational product, but we keep on adding new services and new products to our platform. As with you guys and this future, let's say, collateralization and tokenization aspects. So we're always evolving. At the moment, the team is around 16 people. We do use some external services, especially for the legal aspect.
Hmm.
But yeah, the core team is 6 people, and we have another 10 also within our team. And yeah, we're really happy with the overall development of the market, because, as I said, it has evolved so much. So many of the things which we were, basically talking about 2 years ago, like right now, are reality. So, this brings us great joy, and we're very happy with the overall, as I said, development. And there is a lot more to come. I'm sure that this is just the beginning, not only for Credify, but for the space as well, like for the general space as well. And yeah, exciting times. Really looking towards the future, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. This year it's already being, but it will be really interesting. And the next year, I mean, I think all the decade will be the where I mean this market will get its original and the final shape, maybe. So
Yeah.
over the next 10 years, I mean, we will see great things. Also, a huge growth here because at the end we are just bringing the normal finance, usual traditional finance, on chain that is more efficient. I mean, it's nothing else than this. So
No,
just to
it's like with any innovation, as you said, like, we have something which has been out there. We're just improving it, and it's as I said, it's
normal
basically
evolution.
innovation.
Yeah.
It's technological innovation.
Yeah, exactly. So just to go at the end of this little space, I would like to. I can say what are the benefits for the Brickken community and clients working with Credefi, and maybe you can say the same on your side, so we can transmit this to the audience. So for us, I mean, it's really good to partner up with Credefi. Why? Because as I was saying at the beginning, I mean, liquidity will come and it's still struggling. Okay. And with this kind of player, we can offer to our clients, especially the SMEs, some quicker way to get access to liquidity. So it's not only through Brick and community and partners, but especially on Credify that they are focused on this. So for us, it's really good because it will give us more dynamicity and will help us to increase our successful raise of the fundraise for our clients.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah,
Well, for us, I kind of touched upon it, but for us, as I said, it was very important to find a partner in terms of tokenization. A reliable partner who can, we can trust that the tokenization has been performed in regulated and legal manner, so that really when you are, let's say, providing financing against this collateral, against this token, right? You have like this peace of mind that at the end of the day, the token does represent a real world asset. It does represent, for example, a stake of the shares within the company. So you actually have something of value against what you have given as a loan. So we at Credify we have long awaited to have a way to represent our collaterals and what SMEs are offering on chain, which in a manner where people can actually see and look into it like in a very transparent way. And for us, having you guys is great because at least now we have like somebody who, okay, uh, we know that you have tokenized the asset, we know that you have done the due diligence, and that this asset is actually there. The legal aspect is without there wouldn't be any problems with it. So even in case a borrower defaults on its loan, our liquidity providers and users will be able to actually have a claim on it and have like this token which actually represents something of value, and it's not just something in the space and somebody just minted the token, let's say. So yeah, for us this is this was very important.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we can bring you a great value of new assets and new opportunity for your community. So even,
Yeah,
for example, just to leak a little bit, we are working on a proof of concept together that is a real estate project on real estate in Ibiza. And the offer there, it's a loan. So they are borrowing, offering 15% for over the next 6 months. So it's a quite an interesting opportunity.
yeah,
And
it's a good rate of return.
yeah, exactly. And these are the kind of vehicles we are working on together. So happy to share more news in the soon future.
Definitely, to anybody who is listening, and also like on a recording, perhaps just stay tuned. We're definitely moving forward in what we have already discussed. It's not just plans; it's actually in motion. So yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So, Ivo, thank you. I don't know if from the public there are some comments. I don't see any. So, yeah, maybe thank you for being here today with us and explain us to the audience a little bit more about Credify and this partnership. I hope the audience get all the value that we are trying to build here. So, okay, thank you, Ivo. Have a
thank
great
you,
day. Have a great
thanks.
day, you all, and see you in the next space.